And welcome back. This is stage 15 of Mega Man Zero. This time we're going to be climbing up the Neo Arcadian Tower by way of this unnecessarily slow-moving elevator thingy. Now, there are 3 Cyber-Elves in this level. One you get from killing those, I think, 5 or 6 of those little helicopter cannon guys. Watch out for the seal cannons, they're kind of a pain in the ass in this level. You've got a narrow space, you can't really move around a lot. And that makes it a lot easier for them to peg your ass. Just as long as you don't fall off the elevator and where you can't get back up on it like I almost did there, you should be good to go. Now, the second Cyber-Elf is actually in a container, but since the main part of this level is just this shaft here, it's not like you have to go out of your way to get it, so you should be able to get it on your first playthrough. Speaking of which, there it is. See? Piece of cake. And the third one you get from the boss. Now, something interesting to note about this level is that according to the Rockman Zero Complete Works, which, for those of you that aren't, well, Mega Man nerds, the Rockman Complete Works is basically the Mega Man Zero lexicon. But according to that, this elevator thingy that we're in right now is actually the Jacob project from Mega Man X8. And for those of you that haven't played X8, like me, the Jacob project was a giant elevator that went all the way from the Earth to the Moon. Interesting stuff, I guess. Now, this part is kind of key, as you can see. You've got to avoid getting the shit shocked out of Zero by those little electrified blocks there. And you're also taking fire from the seal cannons, and as you can see, we're pretty high up now, because the Earth is back there, and it's a long way down. Now, the boss is actually the Rainbow Devil, which is basically Neo Arcadia's version of the Shadow Devil or the Yellow Devil that is so popular in the Mega Man Classic series. This guy is a little easier. He's much smaller, as you can see, only about a quarter the size. And he's not that difficult. Now, his EX skill right there is to do that little sliding punch move, which actually hurts quite a bit. Now, the good strategy for this guy would be to never attack him or be, well, anywhere close to him while he's fully formed. But whenever he's just a little puddle on the ground, that's your chance to attack. Just be careful. He doesn't really have a weakness, so your elemental chips aren't going to help you. But just be careful and stay away from him until he's basically deformed. And you shouldn't have any problems taking this guy out, which, as you can see, we are already done. Piece of cake. And for those of you that have actually been keeping up with our little Cyber-Elf count, you will know that well, that one right there is actually our last elf. If you've been collecting them all, which is good stuff. As you can see, not too hard of a level. Just try not to take a whole lot of damage from those seal cannons. I know it's kind of hard to avoid on that one area with the electrified blocks, but just as long as you can get through there fast, you shouldn't have any problems. Not to mention if you use your buster to blow them off the wall, that kind of helps too. Now, if you're collecting all the Cyber-Elves before you go into the next level, as it is the last level, you're going to want to make sure that you've collected all of them. So if you've missed some in some of the earlier stages, go back and get them, because you won't get another chance. And speaking of which, if you're trying to collect Jackson, which if you're collecting all the elves, that's probably what you're going after, make sure that you fully powered them up before you go into the final level too, because that needs to be done. And you won't be getting another chance, just like with collecting the elves. Ah, there we go. Finally, we've collected and powered up every one of our elves. Now that we've finished up with that, we can finally begin the last level, the Neo Arcadian Core, which can be quite difficult, especially the final boss. He has a bad reputation for being rather difficult, we'll say. But alas, this video is almost done, so you'll just have to wait until next time to see why. So next time on Mega Man Zero, the end is finally at hand.